Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The following is a flyweight contest, and we are set for three-minute rounds. Let's meet the fighters. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats, representing SBG Manchester, Levi Steedman.
This cocky fighter Levi Steedman insulted Dakota Ditcheva before their fight, but what Dakota did to her in the cage shocked the entire MMA world. Dakota Ditcheva versus Levi Steedman, a night where respect was demanded and dominance was delivered. Let's get into it. May 25th, 2019, Almighty Fighting Championship 12 in Liverpool, England. 2 rising stars in UK MMA were set to collide. On one side, Dakota Ditcheva, a precise striker with a Muay Thai background and devastating kicks, a fighter known for her discipline and technical prowess. On the other side, Levi Steedman, a well-rounded fighter out of SPG Manchester with confidence to spare. But it wasn't just another fight on the card. In the days leading up to their showdown, Levi Steedman made headlines with her comments about Dakota. She called her overrated, inexperienced. She claimed Dakota was coming off losses and would crumble under pressure. But Dakota Ditcheva had a different plan, and she was about to make Levi eat every single word.
And her opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 1 win and no defeat, representing Dakota Ditcheva.
Before the fight, Levi Steedman sent a massive message. She broke down her strategy and confidence level in a pre-fight interview. Here's what she said. "You know what? I didn't underestimate her. I thought she'd come off a few losses. She's going to want to come out and give me whatever she wants. And to be fair, she wanted to take it to the floor."
Like, I didn't underestimate her. I thought, like, she's come off a few losses. She's going to want to come out and give me whatever she wanted. And to be fair, like, she wanted to take it to the floor.
Levi continued, laying out her game plan with surgical precision. "Fair enough. I think I rushed a bit on the floor, but then I thought as soon as it's up, I'm going to either head kick her or I'm going to body kick. So that's literally what we've been drilling, just hands to head kick. I think in the second round I thought I was going to finish it because it dropped her. I thought that was a little bit of a late stoppage considering she just went flat on her back, but whatever. I thought I'll just finish her in this 3rd round. I was getting a bit tired so far."
Fair enough. I think I rushed a bit on the floor, but then I thought as soon as it's up, I'm going to either head kick her or I'm going to body kick, because that's literally what we've been drilling, is just hands to head kick. And I think in the second round I thought I was going to finish it because it dropped her. Amateur MMA as well, I thought that was a little bit of a late stoppage considering she just went flat on her back, but whatever. And I thought I'll just finish her in this 3rd round. I was getting a bit tired, so I thought...
That confidence, that prediction, it was about to meet reality. The opening bell rang, and from the very first second, the tension was electric. Dakota Ditcheva immediately took control of the center of the cage. Her long reach and sharp footwork kept Levi on the defensive from the start. Crisp jabs, powerful leg kicks. Dakota was setting the tone, and Levi was already backpedaling. The commentators noticed it immediately. Both of them are very good prospects. Another big knee straight down the center there. Levi can't be taking many more of these.
Both of them are very good prospects. Another big knee straight down the center there. Levi can't be taking many more of these.
And they were right. Dakota's knees were devastating. Each one landed with precision and power. Levi needs to get this to the ground. She's got a very good Thai boxer in front of her. If she's got any advantage in this fight, she's going to have to get it to the ground. Does not want to be eating these knees from Dakota.
And Levi needs to get this to the ground, as we said from the start here. She does need to get this to the ground. We've got a very good Thai boxer in front of her. Then Levi Steedman is an all-round fighter, don't get me wrong, coming out of SBG Manchester, but if she's got any advantage in this fight, she's going to have to get it to the ground. Does not want to be eating these knees from Dakota. They're taking their toll. Yeah, absolutely. She's going to take some big shots here. This is what Dakota is made to do, to throw them knees as hard as she can.
But getting it to the ground was easier said than done. Dakota's cross-face and defensive wrestling shut down every takedown attempt. The Thai boxing experience was showing, and Levi was already in trouble. In the second round, Levi tried to turn things around. She closed the distance, attempted takedowns, and looked for clinch control.
Levi's a very, very tough young girl. Yeah. This is the thing where she needs to look at that takedown though. There we go. On the inside, Dakota's got the crossface once again. Levi with a brilliant level change there just to slow the pace back down. Watch the knees from the inside as well in the cage, because this is where...
But Dakota's balance and timing were on another level. She stuffed every takedown encountered with quick combinations that snapped Levi's head back. When Levi did manage to get a takedown, Dakota remained calm. She worked from the bottom, defended intelligently, and got back to her feet where she wanted the fight. Beautiful slam there from Levi. She's looking at using that side control now, but Dakota's working out of it.
A beautiful slam there from Levi. When looking at using that side control now. I'd like to see either knee on belly or starter. This is where she can now exchange the knees herself and really do the damage the other way round. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
The crowd could see Levi's confidence starting to fade as Dakota maintained complete composure. By the third round, it was clear who was in charge. Dakota mixed up her attacks, body shots, hooks, spinning kicks, devastating knees to the body whenever she got the clinch.
Again, with Levi, amateur rules, she can't throw the knees to the head. With the sides of her leg for how long they are, all she needs to do is break and she can head kick straight away. Using that quarter now against the cage, but Levi on the back now. Good takedown there from Dakota.
Levi was stumbling backward. Fatigue and frustration were taking over. That front kick, Dakota wants it because she can start throwing them knees to the body. That's been the story of this fight.
Get by that front kick. Teeth moving away. Against the cage now, this is exactly where Dakota wants it because she can start throwing them knees to the body.
Dakota looked fresh, focused, reading every move her opponent made. Levi tried to hold her ground, but the gap in skill and conditioning was undeniable. After demolishing Levi's game plan and confidence, Dakota Ditcheva had her own message to send. In her post-fight interview, she was gracious but firm. I'm definitely excited about fighting in Bulgaria. Been waiting a long time to be on this show, so I'm excited to put on a show.
I'm definitely excited about fighting in Bulgaria. Been waiting a long time to be on this show, so I'm excited to put a show on.
No trash talk, no disrespect. Just pure focus on the next challenge. Later, Dakota took to Twitter to share her thoughts on the performance and what's next in her career. She let her performance do the talking. That's the difference between a fighter and a champion. Champions don't need to talk. Their actions speak volumes.
The planet right now, fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here.
For sure.
Santos is in big trouble.
She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
When the final bell rang, everyone already knew the outcome. The judges' scorecards confirmed it. Dakota Ditcheva won by unanimous decision. It wasn't just a win, it was a showcase of control, confidence, and class. That night at Almighty Fighting Championship 12, Dakota Ditcheva silenced her doubters and made her mark in the MMA world.
Gliding and swimming through those shots. Oh my goodness!
Dakota Ditcheva is officially in danger because the queen of boxing, Claressa Shields, has now joined the PFL, and Claressa Shields just sent a massive bombshell message to Dakota Ditcheva that has the entire MMA world buzzing. Shields declared, "I've done everything in boxing. I just really wanted to see what I could do in my career that can make me be more of the greatest of all time. Like, how can you solidify it? And I've done everything in boxing." So for me, I was like, you know what? What about MMA?
I've done everything in boxing. I just really wanted to see what could I do in my career that can make me be more of the GOAT, more of the greatest man of all time. Like, how can you solidify it? And I've done everything in boxing. So for me, I was like, you know what? What about MMA?
This is Boxing Planet, and today we're breaking down the explosive exchange between these two combat sports titans, what it means for the PFL flyweight division, and whether Dakota is truly ready for the queen of boxing. Claressa Shields isn't just talking, she's backing it up with her legendary resume. Let's be clear about who we're dealing with here. I came from boxing, and in boxing I've always been pretty good. Fought against Savannah Marshall, beat her, undisputed. Fought against Marcella Corno, beat her.
I came from boxing, and in boxing, I've always been pretty good. Fought against Savannah Marshall, beat her.
Shields continued, "I've always felt like I was pretty dangerous as a woman, as a fighter. I can walk down the street at nighttime, knowing that if somebody's messing with me, I can hold my own."
Felt like I was pretty dangerous as a woman, as a fighter. I can walk down the street up at nighttime knowing that if somebody messes with me, I can hold my own.
This is a two-time Olympic gold medalist, a multiple weight world champion, and arguably the most accomplished female boxer in history. She's conquered everything in boxing, and now she's setting her sights on MMA domination. But here's where it gets interesting. Shields has already made her PFL debut and won decisively. She's not coming in as a complete beginner. She's training hard, she's improving, and most importantly, she's targeting the division's brightest star, Dakota Ditcheva. Now, Dakota Ditcheva didn't back down, not even a little bit. When asked about the potential matchup, Dakota responded, "I mean, she's doing unbelievable things in boxing, and I would 100%, if that came to me, I would definitely take that. I mean, I'm not sure who they're going to put her with. She's had a little bit of MMA experience before as well, so it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see what they do with that super fight."
I mean, she's doing unbelievable things in boxing. And I would 100%, if that comes to me, I would definitely take that. I mean, I'm not sure who they're going to put her with. She's had a little bit of MMA experience before as well, so it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see what they do with that super fight.
Notice the respect, but also notice the confidence. Dakota isn't intimidated. She's excited. She's ready. And she should be. Dakota Ditcheva is undefeated in MMA with a Muay Thai background that includes an incredible 111-1 record. She's not just a striker. She's a complete mixed martial artist who has been finishing opponents left and right in the PFL. But Dakota didn't stop there. She took to Twitter to send her own message, making it crystal clear that she's not running from this fight. She's running toward it. Let's break down what makes this potential matchup so fascinating. First up, the striking battle. Claressa Shields brings world-class boxing to the cage. Her punches are sharp, clean, and devastatingly accurate. She has a jab that can control range, a counter right hand that can shut down any offense, and timing that comes from fighting the best boxers on the planet. If this fight stays in pure boxing range, Claressa has the advantage. No question about it. Dakota has never faced anyone with Shields' level of pure hand skills. But here's the problem for Claressa. This isn't boxing, it's MMA. Dakota Ditcheva has a full striking arsenal. She doesn't just punch, she kicks, she throws knees, she uses elbows, she attacks from angles that Claressa has never had to defend in a boxing ring. Dakota is extremely dangerous in the clinch, where she uses devastating long knees to the body and sharp elbows to the head. In Muay Thai, she learned to punish opponents in close range. and that skill set translates perfectly to MMA. If Dakota can close the distance and get into clinch range, she can hurt Shields in ways a boxer simply cannot defend against. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, grappling. Dakota has developed solid takedown defense and a growing grappling skill set throughout her MMA career. She's comfortable on the ground, she understands transitions, and she can control position when needed.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
Claressa Shields has been working on her wrestling and grappling. She's not a complete beginner anymore. But let's be honest, she's still not at Dakota's level when it comes to MMA grappling, ground control, or defensive wrestling. If Dakota decides to take this fight to the ground, even for just one round, the entire dynamic shifts. A single takedown could completely change the momentum and put Shields in a position she's not comfortable with. This is a massive advantage for Dakota, and it's something Claressa will need to account for in her game plan. Both fighters are incredibly athletic and explosive, but there's a difference in how they move. Claressa is powerful and fast in the boxing range. Her hand speed is elite, and her footwork is clean. But her movement is more linear, more boxing-based, and easier to predict inside an MMA cage. Dakota, on the other hand, is fluid in MMA movement. She switches stances effortlessly, throws kicks from multiple angles, and attacks from different levels. She's unpredictable, creative, and dangerous at all ranges. This versatility gives Dakota a significant edge in terms of fight IQ and adaptability. She can adjust her game plan mid-fight, exploit openings, and capitalize on mistakes. Shields is learning, but Dakota has been doing this her entire career. That experience matters when the cage door closes. So let's get to the big question. Who wins if these two actually fight? If the fight somehow stays standing in pure boxing range for all 3 rounds, Claressa Shields has the advantage. Her hands are too fast, too accurate, and too experienced. But the moment kicks enter the equation, the moment knees start flying, the moment the clinch gets involved, or the moment grappling becomes a factor, Dakota Ditcheva takes control. In a full 5-round MMA fight, Dakota likely wins by late TKO or dominant decision. Why? Because she simply has more weapons, more experience inside the cage, and more ways to win. Shields is dangerous. She's improving rapidly, and she should never be underestimated. But right now, in a full MMA rule set, Dakota is the more complete fighter. That doesn't mean this fight wouldn't be competitive. It absolutely would be. But Dakota's versatility and experience give her the edge. Whether this fight happens in 6 months or next year, one thing is certain. The PFL flyweight division just got a whole lot more interesting. Claressa Shields joining MMA brings mainstream attention, big-name recognition, and a proven champion mentality. Her presence elevates the entire division. And Dakota Ditcheva, She's already the face of the division. She's undefeated, she's dominant, and she's must-see TV every single time she steps into the cage.
Okay, let's go. Left kick, an elbow, jab, left kick. 5 minutes of that.
5 minutes.
Was that about 3.5 minutes?
Your mind is everything. It does sound brutal, but I literally go to kill.
Dakota is MMA, PFL, absolute savage, flying in the game, young, up and coming. Gonna do a little session with her with zero experience.
Non-stop punches, go! Knock him out!
UFC President Dana White has just issued a massive bombshell message to former bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey, and it's sending shockwaves through the entire combat sports world.
And then try and get into her mind.
People say like, oh, everyone's got to lose at some point. No, they don't. My mindset is accepting the tough times, not getting rid of them.
And Dakota Ditcheva silences the doubters.
They deserve it because I literally had nothing. That moment just changed my whole life.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
After witnessing Dakota Ditcheva's recent training footage where she's now mastering grappling skills to complement her devastating striking, Dana White has made one thing crystal clear. Dakota Ditcheva is evolving into an unstoppable force, and she poses a legitimate danger to anyone who steps into the cage with her, including Ronda Rousey.
When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of, so it's got to be something more.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves, and people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
But here's where it gets explosive. Ronda Rousey has fired back on Twitter with a message that's dividing the entire MMA community. Stay tuned, because this drama is absolutely unreal. Let's break down exactly why Dana White is sounding the alarm about Dakota Ditcheva. Dana White himself has praised her striking capabilities, comparing her technical prowess to some of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. Her knees, her elbows, her combinations, they're all world-class. But here's what makes this even more terrifying. Dakota Ditcheva has been working on her grappling game. Yes, you heard that right. The woman who was already dominating on the feet is now becoming a complete mixed martial artist. Recent training footage shows her drilling takedown defense, submission escapes, and ground and pound. She's filling in the gaps, evolving her game, and becoming the total package that every champion aspires to be. What separates Dakota Ditcheva from other rising stars is her dedication to constant improvement. It's not just about physical attributes anymore. Ditcheva's mental game is on another level. She studies her opponents meticulously, executes perfect game plans, and never fights with emotion, something that separates champions from contenders. When Dana White watches Dakota Ditcheva fight, he sees the complete package, the kind of fighter who could dominate an entire division for years to come. The precision striking that can end fights in seconds, the cardio that never quits, the fight IQ that stays calm under pressure. Now, to understand why this bombshell message matters, we need to address the elephant in the room: Ronda Rousey's recent controversial statements and her complicated legacy. Let's be fair here. Ronda Rousey's impact on women's MMA cannot be denied. She was the first legitimate female superstar, a world-class judoka with an Olympic bronze medal, and her armbar was absolutely flawless. She opened doors that didn't exist before. And then there's how she handled her losses. When Ronda lost to Holly Holm, she didn't just lose a fight, she lost her aura of invincibility. Holly, an elite boxer and kickboxer, executed a perfect game plan and delivered that famous head kick knockout. The problem wasn't the loss itself. Champions lose. The problem was how Ronda handled it. According to Dana White and others in the community, instead of giving Holly credit, Ronda complained and turned her back on the sport. The precision striking that Ronda never developed, the emotional control that Ronda lacked, the elite coaching and game planning that exposed Ronda's weaknesses, and now, the evolving grappling skills that make her a threat everywhere. Dana White has made his position clear. Dakota Ditcheva represents everything the modern women's MMA fighter should be. Technical, strategic, physically dominant, mentally unshakable, and constantly improving. If Ronda Rousey ever considered a comeback, if she ever thought about stepping back into that octagon, Dakota Ditcheva would be an absolute nightmare matchup. This isn't the Bethe Correa level competition that Ronda steamrolled in her prime. This is an evolved, complete fighter who would exploit every single weakness that Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes exposed, and she'd do it with even more precision. Dana's message is simple. Ronda, you need to humble yourself. Dakota Ditcheva is the future, and she's ready to prove that the old guard cannot compete with the new generation.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hand of face! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
The UFC president is essentially saying, if you think you can come back and reclaim glory, think again. The sport has evolved, and fighters like Dakota represent a level of completeness that simply didn't exist in Ronda's era. And then came Ronda's response on Twitter. In a message that's currently going viral across social media, Ronda Rousey fired back, addressing both Dana White and the growing hype around Dakota Ditcheva.
People always coming up to me and asking, doggy, what's your secret? With all you do.
While the exact words of her tweet are making waves, the sentiment is clear. Ronda is defending her legacy and pushing back against what she sees as disrespect for what she accomplished in the sport. The MMA community is absolutely divided on this response. Some fans are calling it delusional, pointing out that legacy doesn't exempt you from criticism or protect you from evolution in the sport. They're saying that Ronda needs to accept that the game has moved beyond her skill set. Others are defending Ronda, arguing that she's absolutely right about her pioneering role in women's MMA. Without Ronda Rousey, they argue, there might not even be a platform for fighters like Dakota Ditcheva to showcase their talents. Social media has erupted into an all-out war between Team Ronda and Team Dakota. Hashtags are trending. Analysts are weighing in. Former fighters are choosing sides. But one thing is certain. This response has only added fuel to the fire. What started as Dana White's warning has now become a full-blown controversy that has everyone in the MMA world talking. So what does this all mean for the future of women's MMA? The question everyone's asking now is, will we ever see Ronda Rousey step back into the octagon? And if she does, would she dare face someone like Dakota Ditcheva? The undefeated British phenom Dakota Ditcheva just made history by becoming the youngest PFL champion ever. But she might have just caught the attention of the WRONG legend. We're talking about Cris Cyborg. Yes, that Cyborg. The woman who's held championship belts in 5 different major promotions. And let me tell you, she just sent a message that has the entire MMA world buzzing.
And get you against the cage.
And his right hand, hammer fist. Cris Cyborg makes the statement in round 1. Mamma mia!
Alright, for those who might be new to MMA or need a refresher, let's talk about who Cris Cyborg really is. Because this woman is not someone you want to underestimate. Cristiane Justino, known as Cris Cyborg, is quite simply one of the most dominant and decorated fighters in combat sports history. We're talking about a Brazilian-American powerhouse who currently holds the PFL Superfights Women's Featherweight Championship. But here's what makes her truly legendary. Cyborg is the only fighter in MMA history, male or female, to become a quintuple champion. That means she's held world titles in 5 major promotions: Strikeforce, Invicta FC, UFC, Bellator, and now PFL. Nobody else can say that.
Oh, head kick.
Big kick.
How did she take that? Pacheco just ate it.
Wow.
Snapped the head back and she just kept coming.
My goodness. That would have put me to sleep.
Pacheco was coming forward. She flared her.
That head kick, oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Pacheco's lucky it was the foot that made contact.
Right.
If that was the shin, she might be sleeping.
Might have been a different night. Boom.
Her record? An absolutely terrifying 28 wins and only 2 losses. 21 of those wins came by knockout. She's been destroying opponents for nearly 2 decades, and at 39 years old, she just defeated Larissa Pacheco, the 2023 PFL Women's Featherweight Champion, by unanimous decision last October. Cyborg first made waves in 2009 when she knocked out Gina Carano in the first ever major MMA main event featuring women. Since then, she's been an unstoppable force, collecting championships like they're going out of style.
Body kick by the challenger, level change, and Cyborg ends up on top. Ground and pound. Hammer fist from the champion. It's over. Cris Cyborg with her 12th first-round knockout finish. Cris Cyborg remains Bellator featherweight champion.
Now, let's talk about the young gun who's got everyone's attention, Dakota Ditcheva. This 26-year-old British fighter is making serious waves in the PFL, and for good reason. Dakota just won the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Championship and a cool $1 million by defeating Taila Santos via second-round TKO at PFL 10 last November. And get this, she became the youngest champion in PFL history and the first British female MMA world champion. Dakota's undefeated. We're talking 15 wins, 0 losses. 12 of those wins? Knockouts. This girl has serious power in her hands, especially those devastating body shots that have become her signature.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
Coming from a martial arts family, her mother Lisa Howarth was a multiple-time world kickboxing champion. Dakota has striking in her DNA. Before MMA, she was already a 3-time Muay Thai world champion in the junior divisions and won gold representing Great Britain at the 2016 World Championships. She's been on an absolute tear through the PFL, finishing opponents left and right. Her most recent fight, a unanimous decision victory over Sumiko Inaba this past July, showing she can go the distance when needed.
Against defense with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Inaba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again.
Oh, beautiful knee.
Oh, the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn under the knee, finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Inaba can't take a lot of those knees.
But here's the thing. While her striking is elite level, questions have been raised about her grappling game. And that might be a problem when you're facing someone like Cyborg.